I'm David Grierson, usually in Victoria, serving Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. This morning on Salt Spring Island at Art Spring with a wonderful and appreciative audience of folks who are plied with great coffee. And I see the buns are going down rather well. Are they good or what? And the coffee is very nice. Thank you, Salt Spring Roasting. We have a variety of things coming this hour. We're going to meet Banana Joe Clementi in this hour. For those of us who are on the island here, we know who Banana Joe is, but, well, you know, it might seem to be fiction for some folks that you could grow bananas on any island. We're going to talk about how Salt Spring has changed in one man's lifetime. The man is Tony Richards, who is the publisher of the Gulf Islands Driftwood. We're going to talk about the flag of sovereign Salt Spring Island in this hour. Not as crazy a notion as you might think. You're going to meet two great fiddlers from the island, and we're going to talk about, well, commuting for a living. Living on the island, working somewhere else. And before the hour is out, I'm led to believe that we're going to do some gumboot dancing. Probably a good idea, too. Jeff Weaver, first, where are you, Mr. Weaver?
To your left, stage left?
Stage left or stage right? I don't know. You're out there somewhere.
How's your coffee cup? You want to refill?
I'm going to go and refill it, actually, while you talk.
Well, the BC News headlines, good morning. A University of Victoria political analyst says it's like staring into the mouth of the whale. Michael Prince says BC's 3 remaining New Democrats will have to pick their spots battling the Liberals in the legislature. The lower make is creating real hardship for...
If you drive to the north end of Salt Spring, and I mean like right to the top, to Southey Point Road, you'll wind up at Joe Clementi's place. And it's easy to tell which one is Joe's because it's the one with all the banana trees going around it. Thus the name, Banana Joe Clementi. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
I'm going to come over and sit here if that's what. Sure. Wait a second. That's not a banana.
No. We had no bananas today. But we will later on.
Why do I feel like I've just been set up? No, I recognize those as some kind of berry or grape.
What do you think those are?
Well, that was my second question. They're not bananas.
They're not bananas. They're actually palm fruits. They're local palm seed, and they're off that. Well, there's a palm sitting over in the corner.
Oh, off one of those things.
So each one of the palms we grow here will produce about 6 of these stalks, and they're actually off Bob's tree right there. He's got a jungle in his garden as well.
Oh my goodness!
So I'm not the only banana, you see.
You're the only one.
I'm not the only banana.
Bananas?
He's bananas too.
So why bananas, Joe?
Well, it sort of personifies. I would say, I shouldn't say an exotic climate, but when people step off the boat, and we have a lot of tourists here, it's sort of...
I hadn't noticed.
It says something about our climate, and they can get a mental picture of that, and they can take that back and say, well, hey, we saw bananas growing on Salt Spring.
Now, how do the ones that are on your place differ from this one that Foxglove showed up with? I mean,
they're exactly the same. This is Musabaju. There are dozens of species of bananas. It's actually grown in southern Japan for fiber. So it does produce fruit. The fruit isn't really palatable. It's quite small, but it has a big flower pod you can eat. And they grow monster size here, up to 30 foot. 30? The biggest I've seen are over 30 foot. Yeah, Bob's are 20. Bob's are 20 foot in his garden.
Toodle.
Yeah.
So what does it take to produce fruit?
About 3 to 4 years. They do it on their own, and these are pups. The little offside guys.
So the technical term is pup?
Pups, or suckers. We call them pups. Banana pups.
Now, I understand that you've kind of become kind of the prophet of bananas on this island. It's kind of like I don't want to say virus, but...
maybe it is sort of a virus.
How many people do you think are growing bananas on this island?
Dozens, probably a couple hundred, I would say. Bunches. There's bunches of them.
Oh, you know, you dream of getting up on someone like this. Is there an industry that can come from this? I mean, the Japanese use this for fiber.
They use it for fiber, for making clothes and paper. So I would say, actually, hemp, the same way it would be grown like that, you could use it the same way. Yeah.
So when do you make the big leap? When do you actually wind up with a Salt Spring Island banana you can eat?
I actually have one in my garden right now, and I'm hoping when it reaches maturity, we'll have edible fruit. It's native to northeastern India, and it grows big. It grows really big here, and it's fine through 2 winters now. You know, so I'm working on it. Watch
this space. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. Thanks very much.
I'll shake your palm. You only do that when they can't throw fruit. That's Banana Joe Clementi. Well, we are at the moment in the heart of downtown Ganges with its busy main drag lined with shops and restaurants. And the place, as Joe mentioned, is fairly crawling with tourists on this. Is probably I think it's probably the busiest weekend of the year in Salt Spring. Am I right? Even with the soccer tournament not on and the rest, it's a busy weekend. A far different Ganges this is now than what greeted my next guest when he first arrived here as a callow youth.